Hey friend, Rod Christofferson here again with another first listen review. And this is one that I don't want to say I was like really looking forward to it, but I was definitely intrigued and interested in listening to this one because it's one of those bands that I didn't get into right from the start. It took me a little bit to figure these guys out and find them and actually get around to listening to them. I'm talking about Sleep Token, and I'm going to be babbling about their new album called In Arcadia. Now I've only so far picked up their last album, and I was it was interesting. I didn't really know anything about these guys. I heard all these other, reviewers and stuff talk about them. A few of my friends had mentioned them, and I decided, well, I'm going to give them a shot, see what they're all about. And I really liked that last album. So when I saw this one was coming out, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out. And just got done checking it out, and it was not at all what I was expecting. I can see this, this band's been around since, 18, 19, something around there. I always forget to check up on this stuff ahead of time. So somebody fill me in on, how long these guys have been around. I know this is like their fourth album, it appears to be. And I know they had an EP out before that, so they got a few things out. So basically what I was trying to say is I know fans of this band, and I know what they had mentioned, and I know what the last album sounded like. This may be a very dividing album for some people. I'm still divided myself over what I really think about this one. It's a lot more electronic. It's got a lot more synthesizers, a lot more. I know some people are going to kill me for saying stuff, but man, I heard the second song in, I'm hearing I'm expecting Skrillex to pop out and do some stuff. Some R&B stuff going on. There's some trap, beats going on in here. All kinds of stuff I never thought I would ever expect to hear in this style of music. It's a lot more chill than the last album. Like I said, I haven't checked out all of their stuff. It does kick in and it rocks a few moments, but then it goes back to mellow again. The majority of this album is very calm and soothing, but then every now and then it builds, and there's some blast beats here in the middle of one of the songs. I actually kind of lost track of what was what, but it's all over the place. And I see this as one of these bands that's being praised for interweaving lots of different styles, and yeah, I can see that they're trying to do that. I don't know as they're so interwoven. It's kind of like taking down, laying down different patches of road. Like you got a dirt road, and then the next, few feet is paved, and then the next few feet's actually, water, and then the next few feet's, brick, and then I don't know. That's an interwoven road. That's just kind of different blotches of road laid next to each other. Kind of like if you take an R&B part, put it in a song, and then put a blast beat, and then you do a thrash part, and then you do something soulful separate from each other in a song. It's not really interweaving it. It's just kind of laying them next to each other and throwing the listener all over the place, which is, I know it's kind of what it did to me. I know some people are not going to agree with me at all on this, but that's kind of what it did. Although I admire what they're trying to do. The singer's voice, I guess just goes by Vessel, he has got a cool voice, although about halfway through this I just wanted to slap Cher so hard that it just knocked all the plastic off of her for ever introducing auto-tune to us, because it's so overused and unnecessary, because this guy's got a good singing voice, and there's so much auto-tune going on, and I'm sure just using it as an artistic statement. I personally don't care for that myself at all. I'd rather hear just a person sing. I know they're going for an electronic feel on this album. I kind of got that crystal clear that they're going for a very electronic feel. Even the drummer, even when he's playing actual drum parts, it sounds like it was intended to be made to sound more electronic than human. At least that's the impression I got from it. So, so it was an interesting listen. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I enjoyed probably the last three songs, probably the most. Actually, there's one on here, which is, I don't even know how you pronounce this, Damocles, I don't know. Third to last song. It's track number 8. It's that was cool. That one had the most solid structure to it and didn't like jar you around quite as much as the rest of them did. And from that point on, even though it did have some interesting stuff going on as far as the R&B feel I got from Gethsemane, at least that song built and like had a crescendo and took you on a journey, as well as the last song, Infinite Bass. That one, a really long song, it was like a little over 8 minutes long, I believe. That one takes you at least on a journey and ends, and it's powerful, and it's got some cool rock elements that I like to it. Like the opening song on here, when I first popped it in and I was listening to it, I was kind of wondering, all right, when is this thing ever going to go anywhere? I get the artisticness of it, and it's just, you know, a synthesizer with some very chill singing over the top of it, and it took quite a while for that kicked in. It didn't last very long, and then right back to chill again. And it does that a couple other times, like I mentioned in here. So some people are probably going to absolutely love this, think it's very, you know, unique and artistic, which I get, it is. However, I can think that I see, you know, longtime fans of this maybe not appreciating all that electronic stuff going on, and may not like this at all. As far as I go, it was interesting listening to it. Don't know if I'm going to go back to this very often. I think the previous album I listened to, I can't even think of the name of it now, something Taking Back to Eden, was that what it was called? I don't know, somebody tell me. I forgot to look. But anyway, yeah, that one I can see going back and checking that one out. This album actually made me want to go back and listen to that album, just make sure I'm not crazy and then I'm like miss something on that first one, and maybe check out some of the earlier stuff, because kind of what I've heard that this is like a step in a completely different direction, and if that's the case, I'm probably going to like the earlier stuff better. This one just personally wasn't something that I loved, didn't hate it. But there's parts of it I just absolutely couldn't. I just don't like trap. I don't like the you know, the auto tune. It's just not something I'm probably ever gonna like. I've heard it in other bands, and so unfortunately, it's just, you know, even though I can see what they're trying to do and weave some new musical styles together, this for me it's like, you know, this is one of those styles that they used in there. A couple different things they used in there. I'm just never gonna like. It's just the way it is. So. They left it, some parts of this were left kind of flat. So, but as always, I welcome any type of opinion, anything anybody has to say about this. You know, just we're not arguing about it, just we're sharing our opinions. That's all it is. So feel free, as always, tell me what you think. You know, if there's anything else, a good album that is somebody else's favorite that we should really all go check out, tell us what that one is, please. And like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because I really do like hearing bands trying new things, and I can see what they're trying to do. Be interesting to hear what they do on the next one. Hopefully it's not as electronic. They try something different, a different genre that I do like a little bit better. But for now, until they do that, I guess we're going to say, see ya.